Yo, what's good, everybody? Hope you guys are having a great mother trucking day. We are going on a short little trip to Burbank because we hopefully gonna have a good deal for our Tacoma. Alrighty, guys. So we just arrived to pick up the parts. Hopefully I don't get right in front of GCC, Glendale Community College. So I don't know. Seems like a pretty safe spot to be. I'm really excited to see this new part for my dad's truck. I'll show you guys once I get them, and I'll explain to you guys what the thought process and what the deal I got on them. Just got back from picking up the parts. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to record while we were doing the transaction, but I think I got a pretty sweet deal. Pretty cheap, pretty good quality, and thankfully we didn't have to drive all the way down to Garden Grove, which was a plus. The parts are brand new and still in their protective stuff. I don't know if you guys can see. I'll show you guys more once we actually start installing into the truck. Basically, it's called an Air Design Super Bolt Kit, fender flare. So I'm really excited to put it all together with the TRD grill and the headlights. I think it's coming along really freaking good. There's still some other things that I'm looking to get, some ditch lights, some fog light, and then some new wheels. So once I install the fender flares, it's gonna look a little bit wonky because these are a little wider. So I'm definitely gonna go with like a girthier tire. My dad comes home tomorrow. Unfortunately, I don't think I'm gonna have all the progress I wish I had by when he comes, but at least he'll be able to take part in this DIY Tacoma build. So if you guys are enjoying these so far, let me know in the comments down below.
1 week later.
Good morning, everybody. Hope you guys are having a great mother trucking day. We got a cool little video coming up today. I feel like I say this all the time, but it's a little different. It's car stuff, guys. It's car stuff. And for those of you guys who haven't been keeping up with the Tacoma build, basically we came into some issues. We installed the airbags, the curtain airbags. We are in the process of installing / fixing the seat belts. Unfortunately, as you guys saw in the previous video, we actually ended up just buying new seat belts because they wouldn't sell me the actual retention explosive thing, which obviously makes sense, it's an explosive. So I wasn't able to get my hands on one, but I was able to purchase some actual airbags for this truck. So I was able to get my hands on some of those. The only thing that sucks, and I'll show you guys in a bit what is the matter with it, and I'll show you guys a solution of how to fix it, which is gonna be cool. But during the accident, the car, the cables for the seat belt, it's for the little explosion charge thing that it has, safety charge that it has, actually got cut. I gotta fix that. I gotta replace that. And I actually overnighted some one connector. It was like 10 bucks for a little connector, which is nuts to me. That's what it is. It's for safety. Hopefully later on today, we're gonna get the SRS system programmed. I'm working on trying to do it myself, but honestly, I have no idea where to start. So probably for this time, we're gonna go get it delivered or go drop it off somewhere, have them reprogram it. And we have 3 things we gotta do. We gotta do 1, remove the seatbelt for the driver's side. Reason why I say that is because I have no idea how these connectors are connected, and low-key, I'm not trying to risk it for the biscuit. So I'm gonna remove it, take pictures of the actual seatbelt, show you guys how it looks, how it's supposed to be connected, and then we're gonna reciprocate it on the right side. So this is the connector that basically got cut, and we're gonna be replacing. It came with these wires. This is where it goes. So as you guys can see, this little connector thing got cut. Let me put the light on. This little connector thing got cut. We're gonna be opening up the other side. So this is the airbag that we're gonna be reconnecting. I already checked that it fits, and it does fit. We just removed this panel. We found here, this is the connection that we're particularly concerned about. Just trying to see how it's oriented, what colors are where. That way we can fix that. While we're up here, we're gonna we're gonna put the trim panel up so we can get this starting to look decent. All right, guys, we quickly fixed the headliner stuff that we're having issues with. I don't know if you guys see, it looks a lot cleaner. Ran it through up here. Looks really good. Now the only thing we're missing is we're gonna do this connection over here. I'm gonna take a quick picture. We're gonna reciprocate it on the other side and get it going. We're gonna start with the cutting of the SRS unit. Some of the tools that we're gonna be using, I bought these on Amazon. Wasn't too expensive. Dang it. Ow, it's sharp. But I got some of these cutters. Got them for like 30 bucks. Wasn't too bad. I got some of these crimpers and bought some butt connectors. Yeah, that's what they're called. Wherever they are, hang on. All right, and then the last but not least, I got some butt connectors. So they're gonna look a little bit like this. I got these on Amazon. It's a 200 piece. There were definitely several ways that you could go about doing this. I do have a soldering kit. I do know how to solder. I thought for this application, due to just the reliability of it, I thought butt connectors would be a lot more reliable. More so because natural frequency of the car tends to weaken the solder joints, and I kind of wanted to have something that is gonna be like a permanent type of solution. Ideally, we'd want new wire, new crimps, new everything. We gotta do what we gotta do with the stuff that we got. So we're gonna, now that I have a photo of what the other side looks like, we're gonna replicate it on this side and we're gonna get going with the new install. I have the picture of what the other side looks like. So this is a quick pic. Sorry, it looks kind of weird. We're gonna start off with pulling out my multimeter, which is this over here. If you've seen my other videos, like the dash cam video, I'll post the link up above. Quick introduction of how to use one of these things to test for your negatives and positives. So we're gonna go to the other side real quick, test for the negatives, positives, and see what color is what. Because I think that's to give us a more tale of what is what and see where it goes where. So I'm gonna first start with this black wire here. So there's a black wire with yellow. We're gonna test that wire first and see whether or not that is our, oh, if I could even reach. All right, guys, so I created a little hook thing, just a piece of wire. Sorry, I burped. I'm just gonna shove it in there.
Something that I learned while I was actually doing this was that it didn't seem like I was getting any readings when I was connecting the ground and the power like to it. So I have a reason to believe that it's actually just like a signal that's just like its own isolated unit. So yeah, the method I was using with the multimeter did not work for this.
Alrighty, so from what it looks like is none of these are ground or grounded. So I'm thinking one is just a signal and the other is a so it's like a signal, it's like a PWM wire, which all it does is just it's like a signal type of signal that constantly keeps reading until it's told by the ECU or the SRS module to deploy. And then I'm thinking this, the other one is your yellow is your positive. So based on that, I think yeah, there's no ground for sure. So I don't know. So I think the way that I'm just gonna go about it is just kind of reciprocate what's going on here. I can't really test it, and then hopefully everything is okay. So yeah, it's a pretty big risk that we're doing right now, just to kind of see if it's gonna work. Sorry for, it's a little bright out. So let's get into that. Hopefully we don't deploy these modules. Alrighty guys, so let's get into it. I have a picture of the old stuff, so I'm just gonna chop these off. Chop these off, get my butt connectors going. These look like they're 22 gauge wires, either 22 or 16. They're small wires. All we're gonna do is take this electric tape off. So our connectors over here, Let's cut it to size, leave a little bit of room. We don't need to take it or cut it all the way down. So I cut about maybe like an inch off. We're gonna offset one a little bit shorter than the other. There you go. So right now I'm just kind of measuring how much. This is about how much we're gonna leave right here. And the next one, boom. We're gonna look at our picture. We're gonna line up our connector, see what side is what, and then we are gonna clip them in. So we got the connector thing in, pull out the handy dandy phone. Yeah, so the one on the right is black and the one on the left solid is yellow. Not gonna lie, it's a little concerning. I'm kind of concerned, kind of scared. There's a 50% chance I'm gonna get this wrong. Hopefully the car doesn't hate me after this. Alrighty guys, so based on the other side, I've come to the conclusion that black with yellow is equivalent to the yellow on this connector, and solid yellow is equivalent to white based on the other side. So I'm gonna do that right now. Trim it a little more. It looks to be very long. So we're gonna trim it a little more. So we trimmed it, triple check, make sure triple check, triple quadruple check, do as many checks as you gotta do. So just to confirm, black is yellow and yellow is white. So black is yellow. All right, so this is our first one. Crimp it. All right, so we got our first connector. Dang it. And the gardeners came, didn't want to make a video during them. So, as I was explaining earlier, so black to yellow, and then ain't no going back now. We locked in. So I don't have a heat gun, so I'm using this soldering thing to shrink it. Put on the second one right now. So now we got the second piece. Now just to heat wrap it, make sure to apply a little bit of solder, like this solder thing, just so it doesn't corrode. So right now I'm just waiting for this to warm up and don't inhale this. These fumes are horrible. But yeah, so now I know that it's hot. I'm just gonna warm these up. So I'm using this to shrink the plastic thing so no water is ever introduced into here, which I highly doubt there will be.
I've seen enough things to lose hope, and here I am still going. I am even stronger now.
We just finished our connections, and so as it's cooling, apply some solder to it. It's just start to smoke. You basically just keep adding until there's like a nice. Now that we got this little thing installed, look how it came out. It looks a little not janky, but a little different, just because the connectors I'm using. But the connection is secured, checked in already with the multimeter. So now we can reinstall everything. We can reinstall all the panels for each side, and that'll be it. So we're gonna start off with finishing up on this end, on this side. We gotta reinstall the trim plates here, and there you go. Just put so reinstall the trim plates. This is already good to go. So this is all good to go. That one later install over there. So as of right now, we're gonna reinstall this and hopefully finish it off.
Seen all the words to ourselves, just to know what it meant, so you took it away. Till times were connected, I'm gonna forget it tonight is done. There's something on my face, something in my face, and I don't know what it takes, don't know what it takes to move on.
All right, guys, as we were putting the seatbelt back in, we noticed that this little bolt wasn't lining up with the bottom mount. This is due to where the accident occurred, which was on this side. So we just had to do a little bit modifications, just extend the little slot. My dad just drilled it maybe like a 1/4 inch down, and then it was able to line up. So right now what we're gonna do is we're gonna tighten the top bolt. So basically leave it stationary, and then once we put the trim back on top of it, then we could tighten on the bottom one. Yeah, I installed everything already. Looks pretty good so far. This is the only real thing left with the trim on the inside, and then just the center console stuff, and we should be good to go. My dad went to go get a tap for this bolt down here. We're not trying to cross thread them, so we just want to make sure that everything comes out good. In the meantime I'm gonna install the headrest for this side, so we no more sagging, and hopefully call it a day. So we're almost there. Sorry this video is a little long, but hopefully you guys are learning a lot. And yeah, that's what we're gonna do right now.
A day will become just nothing at all. I've seen enough things to lose hope.
Alrighty guys, and just like that, this is the last thing that we need to finish up the headrest, and it's this thing right here. So let's just clip it in just how we took it out. Line up the holes. We just finished up here. We installed all the trim, the new seatbelt, new connection. The only thing missing is the bolt that holds the seatbelt, but that's over the trim, so not to worry too much. Everything looks super clean, just how we found it, courtesy of patience. Just a little things that I guess if you're really looking hard, you could notice, like, but other than that, everything looks really good. I've installed these things already by just saying there's just little clips you have to push in. Same with this thing in the middle. Put all the trims already back. Put the trims on the doors already. I didn't show that because they were a little miscellaneous stuff. Just like really small things. And yeah, hope you guys learned something. Thank you guys for tuning into this week's video, and I hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you guys learned something new, or just, I don't know, are entertained by me, I guess. Go Eagles. Hopefully this time next week we have won the Super Bowl, so we'll see. And thank you guys for tuning in. I'll catch you guys next time. Peace out, and remember, never freaking stop. I'll catch you guys next time.